Guten Morgen, friends, and welcome to the absolutely stunning city of Vienna, the capital city of Austria. This is actually my first time here and literally my first day. Last night I just walked around my hotel area, which is Neusch Market, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's kind of like this local market area, and there's some food, there's some clothing. But it's funny how this actually came to be, because originally I was just going to go to Prague for a week because I feel you need that long to fully see everything. But the flights from there back to Sofia were so unreasonably expensive for whatever reason that I was able to come here for 20 euro by train and then fly out of here for like 50 euro back to Sofia. So I'm technically here in Vienna for free. So in today's video, I will be showing you guys the main sights of the city with a very special emphasis on the end on the incredible classic music history of this city and this country, because some of the musical greats are originally from Austria, like Mozart and Beethoven. So I think it's going to be a really great day. I am super happy to be here. And to start things off, as always, we are going to go to a fabulous, highly recommended breakfast restaurant. So first tip, guys, is make a reservation. Luckily, I was able to get a seat at the bar, but that's actually been the case with a lot of places that I saw in Vienna. The other cafe that we'll be going to later today, I made a reservation and was lucky to get one, because the most famous places, they just get booked up. So this is a very interesting take on an eggs benny, where it's called the Little Royal, or Little Royale, as my waiter pronounced it. It's actually a baked sweet potato as the base instead of, bread or like an English muffin. Then it has a poached egg, vanilla avocado mash, brown butter hollandaise, salmon, sesame cucumbers, and pickled onions. Quite a bit different than our eggs benny, but looks pretty tasty. So let's give this a go. And for anybody wondering, because I did think of getting, like a traditional Austrian breakfast. From what I read online, and I asked actually at my hotel, they said it's basically like bread, cold cuts, and a boiled egg. I mean, fine, but I think I know what that tastes like. And, like some people love that for breakfast. So I prefer something more fun. I prefer a bit more fusion in my breakfast. So let's give this Little Royale a taste test. That is really nice, actually. I love sweet potatoes, first of all. And, I'm going to eat so much bread in Europe that it's nice to kind of switch it out once in a while with a different kind of base. So far, would highly recommend.
If you have yet to visit the beautiful city of Vienna, here is a brief introduction to the city. Known for its imperial architecture, world-famous composers, rich coffee culture, and is still one of the few places in the world that holds extravagant balls where everyone dresses to the nines and learns traditional dances. It actually has two nicknames, the City of Music, which is understandable, but also the City of Dreams, not only because of its grand palaces and luxurious boulevards, but because it was the home of the famous psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud, whose work greatly explored the world of dreams. Vienna has also had a very diverse cultural history dating back through Roman settlements, being the capital of Babenberg and Habsburg's dynasties, a part of Greater Germany during World War II, and now finally being a world-class city that is known for its high quality of living and is a cultural hub for art and music. There are so many different museums you can visit while in Vienna, literally over 100 to choose from, but some of the most famous are the Art History Museum, Belvedere Palace, Albertina, and of course the Sisi Museum in the Hofburg Palace, which I will be showing you later. I would also greatly recommend visiting St. Charles Church, which is one of the most beautiful churches in the city with its extravagant Baroque architecture. Make sure you go out on the outdoor viewing platform where, on a clear day, you can get a great view of the city center. My first impressions of Vienna so far: incredible art, architecture, musical halls. Like, if you love cultural events, this is the place to go. Also, very clean, incredible public transportation, and I think just in general a very high quality of life for the people who can afford to live here, because of course it's not exactly the least expensive city in Europe. Also, funny thing that I noticed is nobody will cross the street when the light is red. Like, there's literally nobody coming and people are just standing there, and I feel like slightly awkward to go by myself. So I don't know if there's like a penalty or a fine for jaywalking here, or it's just the morally right thing to do. Let me know in the comments. This is so cute, y'all. Look at this lovely little skating rink that they have here, and it's right in front of City Hall. Yeah, their City Hall looks like that. No big deal, but wow. This is just such a nice, public sort of event. Here we are, friends, the very famous Cafe Central. Still popular to this day, even though it opened in 1876, and it was a meeting point for prominent names in art, literature, science, like Leo Trotsky, Sigmund Freud. Apparently they all went here, so luckily I have a reservation. So I was very smart to get a reservation, guys. Apparently that line out the door is over an hour long, so definitely get a reservation if you are going to come here. Expect that prices will be more than other places because it is so famous, but I think I will try some kind of local specialty. And then there's also some kind of chocolate apricot cake that I was told I have to try, and apparently they have very good desserts here as well. I decided to get a white wine from Austria to go with my meal. Cheers, friends. I'm not just saying this, but this might actually be some of the best white wine that I've ever had. Because if you know me, I'm usually a red wine girly, but I wanted to try the white here, and it is actually like really, really nice. So this is completely different than any other food I've had before. I can't say I've had Viennese cuisine before. This is called the Tafelspitz, and it's more or less boiled beef with broiled vegetables. It has kind of a cream of spinach sauce,
a potato cone, as they call it, and then a chive sauce as well as horseradish. So I am very curious of what this is going to taste like. So let's see if I can create the perfect bite with a little bit of everything, all on the fork. All right, we've got 3. Dip it in the spinach. Let's see. I think it needs some horseradish. Maybe if I put just like a little bit for flavor. Yeah, the horseradish helps. I should have put some horseradish on all of that. Then it's like a fuller sort of flavor, because without it, it's a bit bland. But overall, really, really good. You know, you can taste that they're very high quality ingredients and, you know, a bit of a different meal. And here we are with the coffee, guys. This looks very sugary, but I guess that's just the style that they have here. It does just look like really rich coffee and a whole lot of whipped cream. Calories officially don't count today, so cheers to that. I think I'm just tasting the whipped cream. I haven't gotten any coffee. I got a bit more in this, but yeah, it is like thick whipped cream, but almost mixed with chocolate and coffee. It's like a chocolatey coffee whipped cream. Very interesting. Here we are with the famous Sacher Torte. It looks very rich, very chocolatey, and of course it comes with a dollop of whipped cream. I think I've caught on that they're big fans of whipped cream here. All right, guys, let's do a little taste test here. We'll start with the whipped cream and put some cake on it. Definitely have never had anything like this before. I can actually really taste the apricot, and I'm confused if they like infuse it with apricot or if they put a jam into the batter. I won't lie to you, it's not my favorite cake. There was actually some other cakes in their display that I wanted to get instead that looked, you know, more like my style. But because this is, you know, such a famous cake here in Austria, I thought I would try it, and it is good. Definitely the least favorite part of this experience was getting the bill. But you know, like, okay, 50 euros with 15% tip. That's, yeah, more or less like 52 US dollars, 75 Canadian, sadly. And that is, you know, quite a bit. I almost never spend this much money on a restaurant. But amazing ambience, and I got a main, I got a great glass of wine. That was honestly the thing that blew me away the most. I got to try Viennese coffee and their really awesome torts. So honestly, all things considered, I would recommend. As promised, I made time for one of the most famous museums in Vienna that's located in the Hofburg Palace, which is the Sisi Museum. Some of you may have heard of Elizabeth, Empress of Austria, that reigned in the 1800s because of the Netflix series The Empress. She was a very prominent figure in Austrian history, and while she did lead a fairly extravagant life, it was also quite tragic. She grew up in a royal household and was wed at the young age of 16 to Emperor Franz Joseph I of Austria. From those close to her, it was told that she did not enjoy the formal Habsburg court life, and her personal freedom was greatly limited. While she did have some moments of defiance, she mainly poured her time into her looks and was well known for her rigorous and time-consuming beauty routines. She was considered to be one of the most beautiful women in Europe because of her strong facial features, long hair, and very slender figure, even though she birthed 4 children.
But this beauty did come at a very high price because it was very well known that Sisi suffered from a severe eating disorder and would exercise for hours every single day. As she got older, she began to fall deeper and deeper into depression, primarily because she lost 2 of her children, one in infancy and the other through a murder-suicide. In 1898, she was unexpectedly assassinated by an Italian anarchist named Luigi Lucchini and passed away at the age of 60. The museum paints a progression of her fairly short life, and you can wander the halls of the extravagant Hofburg Palace, where the royal family used to live. It definitely did remind me of Versailles outside of Paris or the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg, so definitely check it out if you come to Vienna. Now, I know not everyone is a fan of classical music, but I feel like if you're in Vienna, you need to go. I was able to book my ticket last night. I am going to see Mozart and Vivaldi's Vier Jacreseten, and I paid 53 euros for, yes, it's a front row seat, but actually not the best seats in my opinion. I wanted to get a balcony, but those were more or less sold out. But yeah, I am super excited because this music hall is also such an important piece of history.
That was on another level, guys. Initially, I somewhat regretted getting front row seats because, you know, you do have to kind of crank your neck and you're kind of below the musicians, but as it got going, I was so glad I got front row because I have never experienced being, you know, that close to a performing symphony orchestra, and the feeling was so powerful. Obviously, it reminded me of my own orchestra days, where maybe some of you know that all through high school I actually played the oboe and was pretty fantastic, if I do say so myself. I actually toured with the senior kids back when I was only like 13, 14 years old, because, you know, not many people play the oboe. It is a bit of a challenging instrument. There was a point in time in my life where I thought that's what I would be doing with my life, but obviously things went a little bit differently. But anyways, guys, 100% I would say that if you're even remotely interested in classical music, definitely take in a concert while you are in Vienna. This has been like an absolute highlight of the trip. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely see myself coming back to Vienna because there was so much that I wasn't able to do in, you know, 24 hours. It's an amazing city, so I will definitely be back. I would also love to hear from you guys. Like, let me know your suggestions. What was your favorite part of visiting the city? And as always, I am sending you so much love. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye, guys.